Hey guys, it's Sarah and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in particular, our top social etiquette mistakes FAQ episode 2. And don't forget to drop me a comment below with any social etiquette questions that you have or any other questions, dining related, career related, love and dating related, beauty and grooming related. I will answer them in my various series. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. All right, let's jump in. Question number 5. La Vida de la Reina asks, when meeting friends' family, do we greet who he or she introduces us to, or do we go by most senior with grandpa first? So we've all been in this situation where we're with a friend's family, we're meeting their family members for the first time, we're like the buddy that they brought along to this family gathering, and well, your friend really should be introducing you to the most senior person first. So yes, that is grandparents and then parents and then, followed by siblings, blah, blah, blah. But your friend may not remember to do that. And your friend may be really casual or forget to do that because it's just their family. In which case, if they're introducing you, then it's kind of awkward if they say, oh, this is my brother Tom, and then you try and go introduce yourself to grandpa. So just go by what your friend does, because technically your friend is the host. Now, let's say your friend is like in the kitchen, busy, not around, and then you kind of need to take that initiative yourself, in which case you should go to the most senior person and assume, oh, hello, grandpa. Oh, Jessica's grandpa. Hello, I'm Sarah, Jessica's friend from Harvard Business School, blah, blah, blah. Question 4. Alamode Makeup asks, how do you ask where a piece of clothing or purse is from that you admire on another person? So, it's funny because in China, people will be like, oh, I really like that bag. How much does it cost? Or they'll come be like, oh, I really like your apartment. How much is the rent? And that's not considered offensive at all to talk about money or the monetary value of something here in China, because people feel like, well, I could go to an agent and ask anyway. I could go to the store and ask anyway. So what's the big deal? So in China and Russia, asking about, money and stuff is not that sensitive. Now in the West, you would never walk into an apartment and be like, oh, how much does this cost? Blah, 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 unless you're like besties or family. Now, as for asking the brand where a piece of clothing or purse is from, you really just start with a compliment, be like, I love that bag. It's such a unique color. I've been looking for something like that for a long time. Where is it from? Oh, that dress looks so good on you. I've been looking for something like that for a long time. Can you let me know where you bought it? And that's not offensive at all. So remember, compliment the other person, tell them, you've been looking for something like that, and ask them. Question 3. What are good gifts to bring to a party host, and when is it not necessary? So actually, just the other day, I went to a friend's dinner party at his house. I knew it was a group of like 8 or 9 people. And so what I brought, because obviously everybody always brings wine, everybody always brings champagne, I bought these little like Veuve Clicquot in a case, and they're like mini size, so everybody could just drink from the bottle. But you open the bottle and you put like a special stopper in that you can drink from. And those were a huge party trick. Everybody was taking pictures of them, being like, oh my gosh, this is so cute, da 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 da. Huge party tip. So in terms of gifts, good gifts to bring to a party host, ideally bring gifts that can be used at the party. So for example, a cake. And by the way, do tell the host in advance if you're going to bring a cake or goodies of sorts, because they're also planning food as well. So say, oh, I'm going to bring a chocolate cake. How's that? Or ask them, what do you need me to bring? Can I bring something? Now, if it's wine, red wine, white wine, or champagne. If it's champagne or white wine, make sure it's chilled as when you take it over there, so it can be served immediately. And ideally, it's something that is really Instagrammable, that you can, maybe it's beautiful table decoration that you put on the table. People can't stop taking pictures of. Maybe the cake just is so exquisite that it's also really Instagrammable. Now, flowers are also great, but remember for flowers, don't bring them on the scene unless they're already in a pot. Because when you show up, let's say, dinner's starting, that is when the hostess is at her busiest. And if you give her flowers that are wrapped, that are not already in a pot, there are 10,000 things she has to do, and now she has to find a vase and fill that vase and put the flowers in the vase. Disaster. So what you should do is instead send the flowers the morning of, and that way she has time to rearrange them on the table so pretty, blah, 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 and not be stressed about them. Perfect. Now, when is it not necessary to bring something to a party host? Honestly, you don't want to show up empty-handed. Always better to bring something than to come empty-handed. Question 2. Ridiculous Chai asks, what to do when guests show up uninvited and you had other plans? Wow. Well, firstly, they shouldn't be showing up uninvited. But, I mean, for example, I live in Shanghai in the French concession on a really popular little street where a lot of people will come and, hang out. And so a lot of times I get random phone calls being like, hey, Sarah, I'm on your street. Are you at home? I'd love to drop by and see you. In which case I say, yes, I'm home. Or I say, oh, I'm out, or blah, blah, blah. But, that's kind of protocol 1. Now, assuming they just show up at your door, well, in this situation, hey, if you're free, receive them. If you're not free, it's totally okay to say that you're unable to receive them. And what I would say is, I wish you'd called me because unfortunately, I'm on my way to another meeting. And if you told me in advance, I would have rescheduled so that I could properly host you at home, right? So that way you're getting out of it, but you're also kind of politely and in a very roundabout way, teaching them, realizing that it's their fault, in which case you'd be like, oh, no, yeah, of course. Oh yeah, it was really spontaneous. I just came by, blah, 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 blah. And then be like, oh, well, I'm putting on my shoes now, or I'm getting ready to leave the house. Let's walk out together, and just leave it that. And really don't feel guilty at all because it's not your problem, it's theirs. All right, and question 1, also asked by Ridiculous Chai. When you invite someone over for a few hours, is it important to show them around your house? Well, this reminds me of one of my favorite recent Netflix TV shows, Emily in Paris, where she visits her French friend, like the French couple's house and vineyard in the countryside, and she once is expecting a tour of the house, and the mother of her friend is like, what? And does she want a tour of the laundry basket too? So this really depends in what country you're in. So in America, it's all about, when you invite someone to your home, it's really intimate, it's a real honor for the other person, and you're really opening up your home and your life. And so if you have a beautiful home, then people love a tour. They want to see what artwork is on your walls, where this beautiful vase is from, where your wallpaper is from. And usually the owners of these homes are very happy to give little tours to their friends and, let them learn more about themselves as well as the beautiful objects they live with every day. So I think in America, even more so. In Europe, maybe, you're just kind of in the common areas. It's not about a whole full-on tour. It does sound a little commercial. And in China, you don't necessarily give a tour of the whole house unless it's a show home, like a beautiful home. People usually kind of just stay in the living area and the dining area. But I think it is a nice gesture, and obviously only do it if a room is presentable. So sometimes if my bedroom's a bit messy, I'll show people around the house. They'll be like, that's my bedroom, but it's a little messy. I'll show you next time. All right, so those are our 5 top social etiquette mistakes for today, which was episode 2. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and stay tuned for the next one. Oh, and leave a comment below with any social etiquette questions that you have. See you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be posting a new video each week. We have tips and tricks that I think will help all of us lead a better life.